Because in the end, you're going to be daily driving this car. Once you get over the burbles and the exhaust and the intake noise, are you going to be left with a car that satisfies, or are you going to feel like you've wasted some of that budget? With an engine like that and handling and performance grip, will you even care? Hey everyone, today we're back in the 2019 X5 xDrive 50i. As discussed in my previous video reviewing this car, this is a twin turbocharged V8 that pushes about 456 horsepower and 476 pound-feet of torque. It's mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission and all-wheel drive. Check out my full review if you want to hear more about this car. In this video, I'm going to be talking about performance fast SUVs. Are they necessary? Now, I was very excited to drive this X5 because of the 4.4 liter V8, because it is charismatic, it's fast, but this car is very comfortable and it's a big car. My fiance and I are moving forward with our future, so there are kids in the future, space is going to be needed and stuff, and I wanted to check out a car like this because it's pretty practical for child seats in the rear, a dog perhaps as well, and it's pretty comfortable, but it's still enough of an enthusiast choice for myself. Or is it? So let's take a walk around and we'll talk more about it. It's very chilly out, but I'm doing this for you guys. So from the outside, this looks like a standard X5. You have the BMW laser LED headlights, you got these 20-inch wheels on the side, a blacked out grille, and other trim bits around it. Those are those 20-inch wheels. You wouldn't really know this has a pretty rowdy engine under the hood. You do have a subtle burble from the dual-tipped exhausts, which look real. This is just a very good-looking car. It's very practical in the rear. Plenty of space for myself behind my seating position, and a very nice luxurious back seat with a ton of space in the rear, especially when you fold down those seats. So as I mentioned, 456 horsepower, 479 pound-feet of torque, twin turbocharged 4.4 liter V8, makes all the right noises. So I wanted to talk about this car because do you really need a 0 to 60 of 4.5 seconds, if not better, from a mid-size SUV that can haul the family, that can get all your groceries, that can go to work, go up to the mountains, do all that? Well, it's just really, it's a matter of balancing your budget with your needs, and also just how you're going to be using it. Are you going to be commuting every day to work? Is it a 10-15 mile commute? Or are you, mostly working from home and not really driving this car other than the occasional weekend jaunt, which could be just driving on the highway to see family or friends and stuff? Because you really have to ask yourself, how much are you going to be taking advantage of the power? Because in the end, this car just needs to get you to and from places, be comfortable, be decently reliable, safe. Because in the end, you're going to be daily driving this car. It's going to be the daily grind. And you're not going to be, once you get over the burbles and the exhaust and the intake noise and the 0 to 60 and the cornering and stuff, are you going to be left with a car that satisfies, or are you going to feel like you've wasted some of that budget? You're wasting the fuel mileage. As mentioned, this gets close to 16 mpg consistently. Or are you going to be happy with it? And it really depends. Like, do you need that one car solution? SUVs are becoming bigger. They're becoming more versatile. becoming more fuel efficient, whether that means smaller displacement engines, hybridization, electrification, all of the above. Because these cars in general need to do everything. As I mentioned in my love-hate 3-row SUVs video, your car needs to be doing everything. It needs to do everything you want it to do. So if you're getting a standard X5 or you're getting X5M, both those cars still need to be doing the opposite end of what their intention is. The X5 being a luxury cruiser, but it still has some performance chops. The X5M is an absolute track monster, road monster, times in the low 4s, high 3s, crazy grip capabilities, handling, and it still has some daily driver livability if you can get over maybe the fuel economy and the ride quality. Our road is closed ahead, so we're gonna have to turn around. That's honestly for the better. This road stinks. You know, the reason I'm talking about that balance between being the daily driver and being everything you need or not everything you need, it really depends on what your priorities are, where you want your money to go. Are you totally into cars? Do you not care? Do you just want something that does, gets you from point A to point B? But that's not really what this conversation is about. This is a luxury product with a performance engine. It's not meant to be the economical, safe solution. It's meant for people who want a little bit more edge to their daily driver, their family hauler. So for me, I definitely fall into that category because I'm a one-car person at this point, and I do drive a lot for work, but I also drive a lot on the weekends to see family, to see friends, and I need my car to be pretty versatile. Right now, though, the space and the size and all that is not really a priority yet. But I just also, as I've mentioned before, like the larger displacement engines, and they're not in too many cars of the sedan size, so to speak. So I wanted to check out this X5 because I was a big fan of that normal 40i with the inline 6. But for me, I just keep going back and forth. I keep looking at this X5 and I'm like, it's so comfortable, it's so nice. If you're nice to the throttle, you can get okay fuel economy, but you're going to be paying a premium for the gas, for the insurance, for the maintenance, the reliability, brakes, consumables, tires, all that good stuff, oil. It's all going to be way more expensive than the standard X5 and way more expensive than a standard luxury SUV like from Acura, or even an economical solution from Toyota, Honda, Kia, all the Mazda, etc., etc. And I keep bringing it back to that MDX Type S, because while the MDX Type S powertrain was a letdown, that car really struck a balance. If you could put the price tag aside, it struck a balance between having some sporty handling characteristics, having that wide range between comfort, mid-range, and sportiness, had that air suspension and the massaging seats did a lot, and those are all in the top trim. So it's almost like they knew that people would want the one car solution, might as well throw in everything to make it the one car solution. Massaging seats for comfort, air suspension for that flexibility of performance and ride comfort and handling. So for me, I kind of look at this X5 and, just from a car perspective, is this too much car for me? Am I going to be wishing I went with a standard X5 or something different entirely? Because do I really need all this horsepower if I'm going to be sitting on the highway? Even with my Audi S4, which has a great balance of horsepower, probably more towards a comfort handling side, I do feel like I'm almost wasting the power in that car. Because when you're just getting through the daily grind and, you know, in stop and go traffic or cruising at 70, 80 miles an hour on the highway, where is that horsepower going if not just down the drain? Practicality aside, throw this guy into sport mode and you hit an entrance ramp, you have to ask yourself, will the too much of a sporty SUV be lost? With an engine like that and handling and performance grip, will you even care? And that's kind of my toss-up, because every time I get this on the highway, we've driven it for probably about 300 miles, I love hearing that sound. And I love the power delivery, and I love that it still feels like a comfortable couch without being too much like a boat at the same time. It's such a great balance for a car enthusiast like myself. And it's just kind of something I'm personally gonna, ruminate in my decision making for the next car, because we're always looking for the next car, us car enthusiasts, even if we've already paid off one, or if we're in the process, or we said this will be our last one. It just never happens. It's a problem. Somebody call help. 1-800-TRADE-IN-HELP. So with that being said, hope everyone enjoyed the video. Please give it a like, subscribe, and let me know your thoughts. Do you think cars need to be your one and done trick pony, including performance, daily driver livability? Do you think cars can achieve that? Or do you think it's just a waste in one area or another? Or do you think a okay balance across the board is just what everyone needs? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I will see you on the next one.